I know you're aware of the despicable terrorist acts in Beirut, which killed and wounded so many members of the American and French peacekeeping forces. This barbarism underlines the purpose for which we're in Lebanon in the first place. These brutal assaults only strengthen our resolve to help the people of that troubled country build a foundation for democracy. In Grenada, American soldiers and Marines, in coordination with the forces of 6 Caribbean democracies, have been committed to action. They are protecting innocent lives, restoring order, and reestablishing constitutional government. Grenada was the victim of a bloody Marxist-Leninist power grab by a military faction closely linked to Cuba and the Soviet Union. We, in conjunction with the free people of the Caribbean, have acted to make sure that power grab doesn't succeed. Our forces have now restored order to the strife-torn island of Grenada and have put it back on the road to democracy. These events prevent me from being with you today. Only last month, I was honored to have some of you with me at the White House to commemorate American Business Women's Day. I know it was especially significant to you because that day, September 22nd, marks the anniversary of the founding of the American Business Women's Association. That was back in 1949, when about 17 million American women worked outside the home. Today, that number has jumped to more than 44 million, over half the women in the country over the age of 16. I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you. Thanks to the ABWA, many more American women are reaching their individual goals. How far America goes depends on how far each of our citizens can go. So by expanding our opportunities and horizons, you increase the potential and security of our people. With your help and a lot of dedication and hard work at the individual level, women are moving into positions of responsibility and authority throughout the private and public sectors. More than half of all new jobs in managerial, professional, and technical fields between 1980 and 1982 went to women. Today, women own 22% of all sole proprietorships in small business, taking in a gross of over $40 billion a year. The number of women-owned businesses is growing 5 times faster than men's. And progress isn't just limited to the private sector. Early in my administration, I was honored to appoint the first woman ever to serve on the United States Supreme Court, Sandra Day O'Connor. And this is the first administration to have 3 women holding cabinet rank. Elizabeth Dole and Margaret Heckler are both doing fantastic jobs at managing their respective departments and at the same time providing me with advice on a wide range of domestic issues. There is also Jean Kirkpatrick, a woman of wisdom whom I rely on very much. She's a major force in developing our country's foreign policy. Her influence is felt far beyond her duties as ambassador to the United Nations. Ambassador Kirkpatrick, like the many other women in positions of authority throughout the administration, was chosen not because of her sex or any quota system, but because of her diligence and talent. We've made solid progress, but the key to upward mobility for all of our citizens is a strong, healthy economy. 3 years ago, stagnation and inflation were undermining the well-being of all our citizens. There was despair and pessimism loose in this land, totally out of character with our traditional optimism. It's taken time to put our program in place and time for our reforms to take hold. But today, we're in the first phase of a solid economic growth. We've cut the prime rate nearly in half from the 21.5% rate we inherited. Last quarter, the economy grew at 7.9%. In the quarter before that, it was a whopping 9.7%, and inflation is under control at 2.9%. We've cut the growth in government spending that seemed out of control when we got here. And we've given the people a 25% across-the-board cut in their personal income tax rates. In 1985, those rates will be indexed, so never again will inflation push you into higher and higher tax brackets. Unemployment, usually one of the last indicators to turn around, is something else about which I've been deeply concerned. But the corner has been turned. Robust economic growth is now providing new jobs and opportunity, and unemployment is on the way down. In September, our civilian workforce rose by nearly 400,000 to almost 102 million, the highest level in American history. Our task now is to see to it that no one is left behind as the economy gets going. We want all our citizens to live decent and secure lives. And the best way to do this is to make certain that our economy is strong and growing and that we keep inflation under control. It's not easy, but if we pull together, we can and will do it. Government should ensure that every individual, whatever race, sex, or religion, can, through hard work, earn his or her way. That is the basis of self-respect. That is the foundation of freedom and progress. It is up to all of us to see that America remains the decent place and the force for good in the world that God intended it to be. And I know that we'll do just that. Thank you, and God bless you.